Hello, brilliant entrepreneur, and welcome to another episode of the Heart-Centered Business Podcast. I'm Tash Corbin, and this is episode number 166. You'll be able to find all the show notes and the link to today's special freebie at tashcorbin.com/166. Today, I'm going to give you my take on having sales, giving discounts, pay what you want and pay what you can in your business. I know there's a lot of contentious opinion out there. It's very divided in the online business world. So I thought, why not weigh in with my opinion? Let's get started. So there seems to be two very opposed, very extreme views on the whole idea of discounting, having sales, doing flash sales, things like pay what you can and pay what you want. And it's really interesting to me to see that there's so many concrete thinkers out there. Either you never discount it or you always discount, always have a special offer, always have some kind of discount. So it's really interesting to see this kind of behavior online, and I wanted to give you my recommendations as a business strategy person. And it doesn't just relate to your strategy in your business, it also comes down to a matter of mindset. So here are my 5 key pieces of advice when it comes to discounts, sales, and all of those other fun things. Number 1 is, let's be honest, everybody loves a bargain. We love to think that we're getting something at a discount, or we're jumping in early, or we're getting it on sale. And sales can be very appealing from a buyer behavior perspective. So for that reason, I'm not one to say I'll never discount or never do sales, because I know that sometimes that little discount or that extra bonus or something that incentivizes behavior can be the difference between someone purchasing and not purchasing. And as long as I feel like I'm doing it in a way that feels really good for me and for them, then I'm okay with doing some discounts and having some sales. One of the big things that I do at least once or twice a year is to run an auction. And it is so much fun for me to run these. And yes, people can tend to get some big bargains when they come and purchase at the auction. So I'm not opposed to sales and discounts, but I want to make sure that we're on the same page about the reasons why and the strategy behind it. So then number 2, it comes down to your energy and your intention. So this is where I see a lot of mindset specialists say never discount, because you're going to be putting out that energy of, I'm someone who doesn't see my own worth, or I don't value myself. So if you are feeling tempted to do some form of discount or sale, have a think about what is the energy behind it. Because if the energy behind it is, this is something fun to do, I'm really excited, I want to incentivize some big behavior, some big shifts in behavior from people, this feels really good to me, this is going to be fun, then I'm all for it. If it comes from a space of no one wants to buy from me, I need to discount my prices, I accidentally priced myself too big, and you're in panic mode, then of course that's the energy that you're going to bring to that sale, and it's probably not a great idea. We need to make sure we've got a really strong, centered sense of self-worth and aligned energy before jumping into doing those sales and discounts. So have a think about that from your perspective. Is your desire to have a sale or run a special or participate in an auction coming from a space of fear that no one's going to buy from you, or that you're overpriced, or that you're not worth it? Or is it coming from a space of abundance? Is it coming from a sense of fun and lightness? Be honest with yourself, because even though I might not be able to tell the difference on whether you're being honest or not, the universe definitely can, because it all comes down to the energy that you bring. Thirdly, if you run a sale, you will not devalue yourself forevermore and break your business. I see a lot of those high-level coaches, those people who talk about VIP level offers and you need to be a premium service and it doesn't count if you don't charge $5,000. I see a lot of those coaches out there saying, If you discount your services, then you will devalue yourself forevermore, and it's too hard to come back from that. So don't ever try it. You know my opinion on business. Everything is a practice, and I find it really fascinating that those coaches also rely on it's valued at $25,000, and they just pluck some random figure out of thin air, but I'm selling it for $4,997. Like, that to me is exactly the same behavior. It's just at a whole nother spectrum. So one of the other things we need to be aware of in Australian consumer law in particular is that if you say that something's on sale, if you say that something is discounted, if you say that something's valued at this but you're charging this, you need to be mindful of some of the legal restrictions under Australian consumer law. For example, there was recently some information that was shared by the ACCC about saying that something was on sale. It needs to have been offered for a significant period of time at full price. So if you're saying that your thing is valued at $2,500 but you're selling it for $197, have you actually had that thing available for sale at $2,500 for an extended period of time? Now, what I have seen, and I'm no legal expert, please consult legal advisors. From what I've seen, it's something like 6 weeks is their definition of an extended period of time, 42 days. So make sure that you inform yourself about what you can and cannot say when it comes to offering things and saying that they're at a discount as well. But honestly, everything is figure-outable and everything can be resolved. You can learn from it, move on. Everything's a practice. Your audience will never be as small as it is today. I like to say that one all the time. So don't freak out and be afraid of putting something on sale or running a special little discount or a special event in order to stimulate some buying in your business. If that's something that's important to you, if that's something that's going on for you, and you are coming at it from the right energy, you know that everyone loves a bargain, you want to participate in something, you want to offer something up, don't be afraid of it, and don't buy into the rhetoric that you're going to break your business and you won't be able to recover. I've seen a lot of people experience the opposite, where they've gone, right, I'm doubling my prices, right, I'm doubling them again, and they completely dry up the sales that they're making in their business, and it's very hard for them to recover from that because, number one, they've triggered big mindset stuff for themselves, and number two, they've just priced themselves out of the entire audience that they've just spent the last 2, 3, however many years building. So you need to be mindful of it. Approach it gently, approach it as a practice, but trust that you can't break your business. There's no such thing. You will be able to recover, and it's so easy to say, right, that sale's ended now, I'm back at full price, won't be discounted again. It is so easy for you to say that and to reestablish yourself as, I'm not discounting this again. That's totally cool. So if you run a sale, you won't break your business. You won't devalue yourself forevermore. You will not damage your energetic field and have to go and sit under the full moon and repair it. Like, you will be okay. We will figure it out. Number 4, be mindful of people waiting for a sale if you continuously put things on sale. So that was one of my big lessons of 2017. We did run quite a few different auctions and have some fun with that. But what it did was put my business back into a short-term income focus. And whenever I promoted something on a webinar, invariably someone would say, is there going to be an auction soon where I can buy this cheaper? So I had to make some big boundaries and say, for example, the takeoff program will not be auctioned off again in 2017 because that was something that I was focused on launching in 2017 and at the start of 2018. So I haven't auctioned a space off in the takeoff program for over a year now because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't creating this tribe or community of people who were sitting waiting for the next auction. I also didn't run an auction in the entire first half of 2018, and that has been a very solid decision for me from a business perspective. So it's helped me to move back into that long-term versus short-term balance and really address that mindset amongst my tribe oh, it's going to come on sale in an auction. I don't do discounts on the takeoff program. There are things that I don't do discounts on, but I was mindful that I had created this environment where people are waiting for an auction because of how many auctions we ran in 2017. And look, no regrets. We had so much super fun in 2017. And I will run auctions again. It's not like I'm never going to run an auction again. I just was very mindful of the behavior that I'd started to encourage in my tribe by running them so consistently. So in 2018, 2 auctions, 30K member party and the Tashmas auction, the mega Christmas auction, and we're leaving it at that for the year. So I'm very comfortable with that particular decision. In 2019, who knows if I'll run another one. A lot of people have spent the first half of the year waiting for an auction and missing out on their opportunity to get in and get started straight away. So I've been very mindful of that, and it's something, again, like I didn't break my business. I learned from it. I adjusted my strategy and I moved forward. So it's totally okay that I, set up this behavior and set up this understanding with my audience, and we've now resolved that. It's a beautiful thing. So be mindful of people waiting for your sale if everything is consistently on sale. This is something that we see now with Udemy. Udemy courses are pretty much always on sale, so people will wait for the sales. And that's okay. That Udemy have built their model based on that, but we need to be mindful of that because the chances of you selling a Udemy course at full price now are pretty slim to nil. And Udemy are aware of that, so they've adopted this as their continuous model ongoing, and they're making it work. You can make anything work, seriously. And then number 5, you want to put yourself in your customer's shoes. So one of the big things I'm mindful of is, for example, if people paid $9.95 for the takeoff program, if I then go and run a flash sale on the takeoff program for half price, am I going to be upsetting the people who've just paid $9.95? Yes, I am. So I don't do big discount sales on takeoff. I don't do discounts on the takeoff program. I think $9.95 is a discount in and of itself. It probably should be a little bit more expensive than it is right now. So I trust that $9.95 is the appropriate price for the takeoff program, and I don't do discounts and sales on takeoff. What I do is I might offer a bonus that is open to all the existing takeoff peeps and new people who jump in before a certain date. So that incentivizes that behavior that I want people to take rather than discounting the takeoff program. That's one of the areas where I'm particularly passionate about not discounting. And then if I choose to auction off a couple of spots on the takeoff program, then the people who have purchased it already, generally they're like, it was worth it at full price. When it's on auction, that's what they're saying in the comments box. Seriously, guys, it's worth it at full price. Keep on bidding. You won't regret, even if you pay $9.94 for it. You will love being in the takeoff program. So I think that's a really beautiful reflection of the fact that people don't resent that the takeoff program went into the auction. There was very limited spaces. The bidding is always furious, and usually the successful bidder gets maybe $100, maybe $200 off the price, and they have to come to the auction and bid on it and go through that process to get their spot. And they're risking missing out on the spot as well because there's lots of people bidding on it. So for me, I put myself into my customer's shoes, and I know the existing takeoff peeps won't be upset if I put a couple of spots of takeoff in the auctions. But I don't do auctions regularly. 1 to 2 a year is the max now. And so it's like maybe 4 opportunities. Do you want to wait to grow your business 6 months to wait for your chance, 1 in 2 chance of bidding on a spot in the takeoff program successfully? Maybe you don't. You want to just jump in and get started now. What's it worth to you? Jump on in. So I think that's a really beautiful reflection back for me to know that I haven't upset existing takeoff members. And then the other thing is it's the same for me with the academy. It's the same for me with anything that I do. I put myself in my customer's shoes and ask myself, will people be upset if they've just paid this much and now I've discounted it to this much? So I'm very mindful of that when I'm making a decision on what discount sales, pay what you can things that I open up for people. So they are my 5 hot tips, and they're my opinions, just my opinions about sales, discounts, pay what you want and pay what you can. A little quick note about pay what you want and pay what you can. People will generally choose the cheapest or the second cheapest option. So when I've done pay what you want, pay what you can sales before, I used to do them on an old program that I don't run anymore called Get With The Program. It was normally $4.95. And when I did my big flash sales, I did $50, $100, $200, or $300. And people could choose which one they would pay. Most people chose the cheapest. The next most often chosen was the second cheapest. It was rare that people chose the other options. So be mindful of that, and be 100% clear that you are willing for everyone to pay and choose the cheapest option. If that's going to make you cranky at people, then you are not in an energetic or mindset space to be doing a pay what you can or pay what you want special, because people will go for the cheapest option or they'll go for the second cheapest option, and you need to be okay with that. You need to feel like you are okay with that. So have a think about those and be mindful of that when you do jump into pay what you want and pay what you can. All right, well, they are my special tips for you, and I have a special little offer for you today as well, and that is to let you know that Tashmas is coming. So twice a year on my birthday, which is the 12th of March, and at Christmas for the first 12 days of December, I run a special little thing called Tashmas, where I release a podcast episode every day, and every day there's a freebie, a special offer, or something for you to grab that's normally not available. We have some competitions and prizes and chances to win things with me. So Tashmas runs from the 1st to the 12th of December, and I'll run it again in 2019, 1st to the 12th of March. And as part of that, I will be running an auction, and there will be some chances for you to win 3 free things, and I'll be giving away some freebies and special offers as well. So if you'd like to be on the list to get notified about all the Tashmas specials, because some of them are like first 20 people only, so you need to be on the ball with it. All you need to do is go to today's show notes, and there'll be a special link for you to go and find out more about Tashmas and sign up for early alerts if you want to be on the early notification list. So all you have to do is go to tashcorbin.com/166, and all the details of Tashmas will be there in that special link for you. Thank you so much for joining me for this special episode of the Heart Centered Business Podcast. I've been Tash Corbin. You've been a fabulous listener, and I cannot wait to see you shine. Bye from now. Bye for now from me.